Another one of the great time-saving features using the Sapphire Builder are all of the utility presets. What used to take several minutes and several layers in your timeline when you're editing can now be accomplished with a single effect on one track. For example, I have this timeline here of 4:3 footage and a 16:9 frame, and if you wanted to add colored bars, blurred curtains here on the sides of the frame, I would have to double up the track. I'd have to put a layer on the bottom and a layer on the top, and I'd have to blur the bottom track and stretch it. Well, we can do all of that with a single builder effect, and that effect is actually pre-installed in your presets. All right, so let's get started by taking our S effect and dropping it into the filler up here on V2. We want to apply it to the entire track since the entire timeline is the same aspect ratio. And then go into your effect mode, and we're going to click on Load Preset up here. Since this is a preset that's included with Sapphire, scroll down into your categories to utility, and we can just scroll down from here into reformat, advanced reformat. That's the one we're going to look for, and then click on load. And you'll notice that as soon as we do that, it applies to the track, and I can now play back in real time this effect. It's duplicating our background, and pretty much good to go from here. Now, you'll notice that we still have a little black bar down here on the bottom. This can be fixed by just going over here to Z distance. This is one of the parameters that was turned on in the builder, and we can just make that a little bit smaller, and we can now get rid of that little black bar on the bottom. We also might want to just check our width here. This is our foreground crop, and we don't maybe want to necessarily crop our foreground as much as it's being cropped right now. So let's crop it and stop right there. Now we can see more of the picture. Now let's say for whatever reason we wanted to change the way this looks. On any of the builder presets, you can always go into the builder and alter them. In your effect editor, click on Edit Advanced Reformat. The builder will open up, and now you can see how this was built. I'll just walk you through it. Starting with your source footage, if you click on Rotate Footage, you notice that this has been renamed over here in your selection parameters. It's actually a warp transform, but the node name is telling us what it's doing. After that, we have our foreground on the left and our background on the right. So the foreground is being cropped using an S crop. The position is changed using S warp transform. Drop shadow is being applied with S drop shadow. Should be able to see a pattern here with these names. They're pretty intuitive. And you can even add a border using a drop shadow as well. But let's look at the background. So the background is being blown up again by S warp transform, and then a color is being added to it if you wanted to using a hue, saturation, brightness. And you can do anything from tint the image and change the hue of the image if you want to. Then it's being blurred and then composited together using a S composite node. Well, let's say we want to do a little bit of a different look. So maybe what I'll do is over here, this particular preset comes with a few different options already built into it for you to achieve a different look. So I'm going to start by disconnecting these nodes. I'm just dragging them over here to get them out of my way. And then let's say we want to add some scan lines. I'm just going to drop that on here. So now we make a little scan lines look. Okay, and now we can scale our colors. Maybe add some noise. And right there, that should be good enough to achieve a different look. Other thing we might want to do is soften our edges over here on our foreground. Okay, that's a unique look. Now click OK, and there we have it.